Hi, I'm Leonard Adams, and I will be reading a couple of pages from my book, Things I Wish My Father Had Told Me, which is available on Amazon, and I will drop the link to the Amazon purchase page in the description of this video. And before I get started, I've had a number of people tell me that they listen to the video and they listen to them faithfully, the videos. And I don't believe that a lot of folks who've been listening to the videos have been liking or subscribing to the channel. So I would greatly appreciate it if you would do so, if you would like the videos and if you would subscribe to the channels or to the channel, and that you would share this channel with other people, because my goal is to help others, and as you share, you spread the help. So I'm going to be reading pages 14 and 15 in my book, and the title of the section is "We Truly Become the People We Were Meant to Be by Unwrapping One Another." Sorry. There are at least two ways to answer the question, who am I? One is to find a quiet, comfortable place and become completely retrospective. Just look inside. To courageously face not only what you know of yourself, but also all that is buried in your subconscious. To turn off the TV, the radio, the phone, the music, and truly listen to your inner voice. In the silence that soon becomes anything but silent, prepare to face the onslaught of thoughts and emotions that have been bottled up, straining against your will. Allow them to burst forth like a geyser from your soul. Face your inner hurricane alone and become willing to misunderstand yourself as you subjectively try to decipher the overwhelming onslaught of thoughts and feelings. And that's one way to do it, and it's not the best way. So as you're quiet, and the reason that we typically like to have noise around us, we like to have some sort of noise when there's silence, is because thoughts can become overwhelming. And the onslaught of thoughts can certainly become overwhelming. And if I'm left with my own thoughts without any input or any feedback, any guidance, anything, it's just me and my thoughts, it's very easy to misinterpret what those thoughts mean. It's very easy to misinterpret the thoughts themselves, to come up with the true understanding of how those thoughts can help me, which is why I avoid them in the first place, which is why I turn on the TV, the radio, or whatever, to try to avoid those things that are overwhelming and hard to understand. A better way is to turn off the TV, the radio, the phone, the music, and truly live among others. To have the courage to see yourself through the eyes of others. To stand in another's shoes while looking at one's self. And the way I like to say this, and I think this is so applicable and is so helpful, is take any problem that you're going through right now, something that's overwhelming you, something that you're struggling with dealing with. Now imagine your friend, someone else, anyone else came to you with that very same problem. What would you say to them? Would you have advice for them? Would you be able to see more clearly to help them? Whatever advice you would give them is the advice that you need to take yourself. To stand in another's shoes while looking at one's self, to enter the eyes of the disadvantaged, the rejected, the marginalized. This type of living is far from merely existing. It is not simply saying, I do not exist alone in this world. It is not merely acknowledging the existence of other beings. It is realizing that the fullness of who I am can only be known within the kinship and the communion of humanity as a whole. Before I became an Army counselor, I did not believe in shared psychology, that is, our similarities being greater than our differences. I was raised to believe that each human being is unique, which is true, but anything can be taken too far. I believed that each person was so unique that there was little similarity between us. Certainly not enough that any particular therapeutic modality could satisfy the needs of most. After training and working as a counselor for a number of years, I realized that we are more alike mentally and emotionally than we are different. This likeness, from a self-discovery point of view, can only be realized by understanding that we are collectively a puzzle, while individually we are a piece of that puzzle, existing separately, but unfolding the picture together. Entering your world helps me clarify my own. Each search for understanding another helps me understand myself more. In answering your questions, I answer mine. We know ourselves best when we seek to know others. And that can be awfully scary, but it's absolutely necessary. To whatever degree, even as an introvert, we want to know others, but we want to know them on a deeper level than just simply the hi, how are you, sort of superficial conversations and relationships. But we all want relationships, whether we're introvert, extrovert, ambivert, whatever we are, we want relationship. And it's a good thing. One last thing I'll say before I close this video out is that one of the things that we should take note of are the things that anger us about other people. The things that easily set us off about others, because there's a chance that those things that easily set us off are things that we're afraid to face about our own selves. Again, I'll say please like, subscribe to, and share this channel with others, and together, let's heal the world.